Namaste. Today's video we're still on our grounding practice, and today we're focusing on twists and backbends. We will be dealing mostly with backbends that are very floor focused because we're still working on our grounding into the earth and feeling the stability from the earth. And backbends can also be quite a heated process. So as we're moving towards winter months in the northern hemisphere, getting a practice which enables us to cleanse the body through twists. Twists are a really good process to kind of get into the organs and squeeze out any toxins from the organs. And then backbending can be very heart-opening practice, and quite often as we get a little bit colder and things get a little bit darker, we tend to huddle in and protect ourselves. So we protect our hearts, we think we're protecting our hearts, but actually all we're doing is restricting and constricting the front of the body. So backbending helps us to open up the front part of the body and then release into the back of the body. So a lot of these things will be focused on that process today. I hope you enjoy. So we're going to start in a simple cross-leg position with the feet underneath the knees. If that's uncomfortable for you, just find a different position, but we'll be moving from this. So bring your hands in towards your heart. And just that process of bringing the thumbs in towards the sternum, the breastbone, and then lifting the heart up and dropping the shoulders back and down, that's already a heart-opening process. So we'll begin our practice as usual with the chant of one. First, take a deep breath in through the nose. Cleansing exhale out the mouth. After your inhale, one Om. Moving your hands down onto your thighs. Start some deep breathing in and out through the nose, just starting to get the breath down the back of the throat. Focus on the breath coming in and control the breath as it leaves the body. So we're getting into this practice of Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath is a very focused breath. And we need our breath in our yoga practice, so start to get into this rhythm of the breath, making your exhales the same length as your inhales, always in and out through the nose. Obviously, if you're a little bit congested, you have a cold or something, then you have to breathe however you have to breathe. Long inhales, full exhales. Okay, with your next inhale, take your right hand behind, left hand over the right knee, stretch up tall, exhale, twist, look over the right shoulder. Palm of the hand is open on the left knee. Inhale back to the center. And then left hand behind, right hand over the knee, exhale, twist. Keep pressing the hand behind you to lengthen the spine. And then inhale, come back to the center, change the cross of the legs, opposite way. Bring your fingertips onto the floor, exhale, start to walk your fingers forward. Keep the back of the neck long. Press the fingertips into the floor and post the chest forward. And walk your hands in, draw your heels in, and come up onto the hands and knees. I'll just move my bolsters out of the way. Some of this stuff we'll be using later. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and we'll just move into some cat-cow poses. A really good way to gently open up the back. So inhale, arch the spine, roll the shoulders back, lift the head, look up. Exhale, chin comes in towards the chest, spine lifts up. Inhale, roll through the spine, roll the shoulders back, lift the head, lift the chest. Exhale, chin in, spine lifts. Inhale, roll through the spine. Exhale, chin comes in. Mid-back lifts up. And the last one, inhale, arch the back. And we're going to lift the hips up for downward dog. So this practice of downward dog, we worked quite a lot on that in the last class. So pressing the hands down, pressing the heels down, opening up the shoulder blades out to the side. And then we'll start to move to the front edge of the mat, step by step. Get to the front, fold in towards the legs. Softly bend the knees, hands to hips, and roll up to a standing position. So we're going to start our sun salutations. Before we do the floor work, let's move through a few positions to help us to warm up the spine. So lift the chest, let the shoulders drop. Inhale, lift your arms up, palms together, look up. Exhale, fold in towards the legs, look towards the knees. Inhale, press into legs or floor, look forward. Exhale, step back into downward dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. And then drop the knees down, exhale, lower the chest. Point the toes, inhale, just shoulders lift off the floor just a little bit. First mini back bend. And then tuck the toes, exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. Pressing forward with the hands, back with the feet. We're going to hold that for 5 breaths. Just let the head hang, engage the thighs, release the backs of the legs. Remember, you can always bend your knees and lift your hips. If you feel a little bit stuck in the hamstrings or the lower back, a soft bend in the knees is a good idea. We're going to walk or jump back to the front, extend away from the legs, look forward. Exhale, fold towards the legs. Inhale, press the feet down, lift your arms up, look up. Exhale, arms down to the sides. Let's start again. Inhale, lift and look up. Exhale, fold towards the legs. Inhale, lengthen away from the legs, look forward. Exhale, this time straight into a plank. Press back into your heels. You can bring your knees to the floor or move into Chaturanga Dandasana, lowering down. Inhale onto the front of the feet, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, downward dog. Engage the thighs. Also engage the bandhas. So Mula Bandha feels as though your pelvic floor is lifting. Uddiyana Bandha, slight drawing in of the navel towards the spine. Shoulder blades rolling out to the sides, head just hanging. Look forward, inhale, step or jump back to the front, extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. And keep moving. Inhale, lift and look up. Exhale to fold in. Inhale, lengthen away from the legs, look forward. Exhale into your plank. Again, either chaturanga or knees to the floor, lower the chest down. When you're coming into your back bend, point your toes. Inhale, shoulders lift, shoulders back, and head lifts. And then tuck the toes, exhale. Lift the hips up, downward dog. Look forward, inhale, step or jump back to the front. Keep extending away from the legs, look forward. Then with your exhale, fold in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms to the sides. Okay, we'll start the same way. Inhale, lift and look up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen away from the legs, look forward. Exhale, straight back into your plank and down, either chaturanga or the floor. Inhale, front of the feet, shoulders back, lift your head, look up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Turn the left foot parallel to the edge of the mat. Have a brick, little toe side of your foot. Bend your right knee. Right elbow onto the thigh. Left hand onto the hip. So here's your options. You can stay here. That might be a good place to stay. Or you can reach your right hand down towards the brick. I recommend a brick, just it gives you a little bit more space, a bit more height. And then you can take the left arm over your left ear. Keep reaching into your fingers and then pressing down with your left foot. Look underneath your left arm. Roll the right shoulder away from your right ear. Inhale, turn to face the floor. And then take your brick underneath your left hand. So there is an option here to bring the left knee down to the floor. And then just right hand onto the hip and rotate the right shoulder back. Or if you're going into the full pose, lift your knee off the floor, bend into the right knee, and then the right arm goes straight up. Inhale, both hands to the floor. Exhale, step back, downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, left foot between the hands. Right foot parallel. Start with the left elbow onto the thigh, right hand onto the hip. And again, you might just be staying here. Or you can reach your left hand down to the brick. Right arm over the right ear. Rotate the rib cage up. Engage the right thigh. Keep your right leg working. And you're working on getting this line that goes from the right fingers all the way down the right side of the body towards the right foot. And then we turn to face the floor, take the brick underneath the right hand, push back into your right heel, and then lift your left arm up. Keep pushing back into your right heel. Your right leg is strong. We're trying to get this alignment with the right hand underneath the right shoulder, left shoulder over the right, left hand over the left shoulder. Inhale, both hands down. Exhale, step back, downward dog. So we're going to take a vinyasa here. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale onto the front of the feet, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Next one, inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Turn the left foot parallel to the edge of the mat. Keep the right knee bent. Reach out into your fingers for warrior number 2. Bend into your right knee. Drop your shoulders down. Lift up underneath your armpits. It feels as though you're pressing your hands down and lifting underneath the arms. 5 breaths here. I'm squinting a little bit. I've got the sun right in my face. So we're going to do a twisted warrior pose. So this time we're going to lift the left heel up and then circle the arms into the opposite direction. Still pushing back into your left heel and look towards your right fingers. Engage your left thigh. Next, inhale, both hands to the floor. Exhale, step back, downward dog. Excuse me if I grab a few mosquitoes on the way. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Right foot parallel, left knee bent. So we're going into our warrior pose. We want to keep this left knee over the left ankle. Arms stretched out. Shoulders dropping. Arms lifting. And then look towards your left fingers. So we're going to work on that twist again. Lift up your right heel. So get your stability first with your legs and then twist from your core towards your left hand. Bend into your left knee, but engage that right thigh really strongly. Inhale, both hands to the floor. Exhale, step back, downward dog. Okay, let's move through a vinyasa. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. So we're going to do a little jump to sitting. Look forward at the space between your hands, lift your heels up, and then if you can, little jump, cross the feet, and bring the feet forward. Take your legs out in front. Okay, so we're going to get into our twisting poses. our seated twisting poses. So we're going to take the feet over to the right side. I'll just show you it from this direction. So my right shin is on top of the instep of my left foot. If that's feeling uncomfortable for ankles or knees, you can also sit on the brick. I'm going to show you this version. There is also a version, if you're more advanced in your practice, where you can bring your left foot into lotus. Okay, so your left foot is in lotus. So the more advanced version of this, left foot in lotus, left hand goes behind you to hold on to your right foot, right hand underneath the knee, and then twist. So if you're able to do that, go ahead, do that. If not, left foot underneath the right leg, left hand behind. If you need a lift for your hand, you can also have a brick underneath your hand. And then right hand, palm of the hand open underneath the knee, and just let it kind of be trapped by the knee. And now we're using the hand behind to lengthen the spine to twist. And I'm going to still try and sink this right buttock down to the floor. It's coming off the floor a little bit, but my intention is to ground it down. Okay, come back again to the center. We're going to change direction. So feet go over to the left side. So this time, remember, if you're doing it the slightly easier way, then the left leg is on top of the right foot. Or if you know you can do lotus comfortably, right foot goes over the left thigh. I'm going to do this from the lotus position. Wish me luck. I'm going to take the right hand behind and hold on to my big toe. Left hand underneath the knee and twist over to the right. So just be aware that's a lot firmer than this other way. So the other way, right foot under, right hand behind, left hand underneath the knee, lift the chest, twist, look over the right shoulder. Ground down still with this left hip, but lift your chest up and drop your right shoulder down. Okay, and then inhale, come back to the center. Just bring your feet forward. So we'll go straight into another twist, and this one you might need a belt with you. If you don't have a belt, maybe just a strap or a scarf or something. You're going to take the left foot underneath the right leg and cross the right foot over. And if you need a little bit more height, so if you notice you're really leaning into one buttock, then do sit on one of the bricks. Hold on to your knee, lift up tall. This involves a little bit of shoulder mobility. So if your shoulders are particularly stiff, take your belt around your front foot and then take it across your knee. So your foot is forward and the belt goes across the knee side. Okay, so first the twist. Hold on to the knee, lift up the chest, and then take your right hand behind. Hold your knee with your left hand, lift up, exhale, twist, look over the right shoulder. So choices again, you can either just hold on to your knee and keep lifting and twisting, or if you want to go a little deeper, you can take your left elbow over your knee and twist. And then we're using the hand behind to lengthen the spine up. And feeling this twist, it's coming from the bottom, from the root, from your sacrum, all the way up into the mid-back, and then the right shoulder rolls back as it gets towards the upper back. So here's where we test your flexibility, and we're testing if you have, really it's mobility in the shoulders more than anything. And you can reach down, so we're going over this right knee, reach down for the side of your foot. So this is why I said you might need a belt. So if you're using the belt, you're just going to hold on to the belt with the left hand and then lift your left leg up and take your right arm out to the side. If you don't need the belt, you're going to take the hand onto the outer edge of your front foot. Lift your leg up. Take your right hand out to the side, thumb and forefinger together, lift your chest, drop the shoulders, look towards your right hand. Charlie's joined us. She likes to go to the yoga. Okay, and then bring your leg back to the center. And cross your right hand over your left hand. Lift your right leg up now. So let me just show you this from the side. The leg is lifted. We're going to drop the shoulders down. Keep lifting the chest. So if you're using the belt, you're literally going to take the belt around the ball of your foot, keep it nice and long, and then lift your leg up. But we're trying to lengthen from the lower back. Okay, so choose which way works for you. Belt or hands on the foot. Straight leg if possible. And then take the right hand onto the right foot. Left hand out to the side. And this time, right foot out to the side. Shoulders down, thumb and forefinger together, Yana Mudra. Lift the heart, drop the shoulders. Back again to the center, cross your left hand over, bring your leg back up again, use your belt if you need to. Okay, and then bend your knee, bring your foot down. So we're going to change sides. Lift up the left knee, take the right foot under and the left foot over. And then hold on to the knee, lift up nice and tall. Take your left hand behind, hold the knee again. Inhale, lift the chest, exhale, twist over to the left. Stomach is moving over to the left first. Then it's the rib cage, then it's the left shoulder behind. So first we're just hugging the knee with the right hand. Then we can hook the elbow over the knee and go a little deeper. And I don't mind if you have your hand across your chest or up. What I don't want to see is kind of a floppy arm. So keep your arms and your hands dynamic. So your fingers are alive. And then we'll reach down, left hand towards the left foot. And then lift your leg up. So your leg is across your chest. Left hand out to the side. Thumb and forefinger together. Drop the shoulders again, lift the heart. Bring the leg back to central position, cross your left hand over. Hold on to both sides of the foot. Remember, if you're using the belt, hold on to both sides of the belt to get nice and tall. So let's just stay with the belt for a moment. And then we're going to take the belt into the left hand, or if you're using your foot, the left hand stays on the foot. And take your leg out to the side, thumb and forefinger together, lift your chest. come back again to the center. Same as before, holding on to both sides of the belt, lift your leg up. Lift your chest up, drop your shoulders down. And then release your foot down. Okay, release both of your legs. Let's take a vinyasa from here. Fingertips to the floor. Inhale, lift the legs. Exhale, cross the legs, roll forward. I'm just going to step into downward dog. Okay, so I'm going to do a little jump to sitting again, if the cat lets me. So look forward, little jump, cross the feet and sit. Okay, so I'm just swinging round to the front again. So the next one, we're doing Marichasana. Normally we do Marichasana 1 and 3. We're going to do 2 and 4 this time. We're going to do it the simpler way. So bend the knees, take the right foot under, and this time we're bringing the left foot in front of the right foot. Okay, there is a way to do this with the right foot in lotus. If you know you're able to do this, right foot goes into lotus, left knee bends, same thing, and when we swing this right leg forward, that's a little bit more challenging. So we're just going to, today, just bring the right foot under, unless you want to challenge yourself. And then reach your left arm around the front, take the left hand back behind you, take the right hand back behind you, bind your fingers, lengthen the spine, exhale, fold forward. Breathe here as you're pulling on your hands, lengthening from your lower back. Okay, and then inhale, come back up. So we're going into Marichasana number 4, or sometimes known as D. And this time we're going to take the left hand behind, hold on to the knee again, lengthen the spine, exhale, twist. So the hand is behind the lower back, just like we did for the last one, which was Ardha Matsyendrasana. And then we can hook the right elbow over and twist a little deeper. And if you want to, if you're feeling comfortable with this, you can bind your fingers around your leg and twist from here. And then we have to keep grounding down with the sit bones and lengthen the spine as you twist and look left. Okay, and then inhale, come back to the center. So we'll change sides. Both feet forward. And then left foot under, right foot in front. I'm just going to put my jumper on, because now the sun is going. So hopefully you can still hear me, because I'm just here for the Shavasana. Okay, so this time, right foot in front of the left, and then wrap the right arm around the front, left arm around the back, hold your fingers, bind, take an inhale, exhale, fold forward. So I'm trying to focus on this lift out of the lower back. What we don't want to do when we're doing any twists or back bends is to get into the sacroiliac joint. So that's the one that gives us that incredible sciatic pain from the lower back down the legs. So we're trying to actually release that nerve. Okay, come back up. And we're going to twist over to the other side. Hold on to the knee with the left hand, take the right hand behind. Lift your chest, exhale, twist. Look over your right shoulder. And then the same as before, you can either just hold on to your knee, or if you can go deeper, you can shake your left arm over. Right arm, right shoulder comes back. And then take the twist, not just in the upper back, but just grounding down with your hand and your sit bones. Lift your spine and then start to twist. You'll notice my voice gets a little bit more strange because it's more difficult. As you twist deeper, it's more difficult to keep the breath in, but try to keep keeping the breath in and out. Nice round breath. Okay, and then inhale, come back to the center. Release your feet forward. Okay, so we're going to move into a few back bends. Fingertips onto the floor. We'll just take a simple vinyasa. Inhale, lift the legs. Exhale, cross the legs, roll forward. This time just stepping into downward dog. And then come down onto your knees, and we'll come onto the front of the body. So feet towards the back of the mat, lower down onto the front part of your body. First one we'll do is a Sphinx pose. So with these front body back bends, we're really working on grounding down with the pubic bone. So the pubic bone grounds down, the thighs are heavy and working, so your legs are grounding you. Pubic bone is grounding you. And then through that grounding process, there's a slight engagement of the gluteus muscles, otherwise known as the buttocks. And then press your hands down, forearms down, so your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. Now those people who feel too much in their lower back, it's because they're kind of not working into the central part of the body. So if I soften the buttocks and the legs, I can feel this instantly going into an ache in the lower back. Whereas if I engage those areas, press down with the pubic bone, draw the buttocks in a little bit, and then press the hands down, then I can feel my spine lifting out of my lower back and moving into my upper back. And this is what we want. So look forward, drop the shoulders back away. So the shoulders are coming down from your ears and then back. So the front of the body is coming forward. And then lower down. Bring your forehead onto your hands, just have a little rest. Okay, so the next one we'll go straight into is a cobra pose. But with the cobra pose, we're going into first a dancing cobra. We call it a dancing cobra. So hands underneath the shoulders to start with. Press down with the pubic bone. Get your base. I say this all the time, nearly every yoga pose. Get your base, get your foundation right. Press your thighs down, press your pubic bone down. And then take your hands a little bit wider, maybe off your mat. Lift your elbows up. We're going really wide with our cobra. Lift your chest, shoulders come back. And then we're going to dance with our cobra. So many people who come to my classes, they know I love this one. I do this one nearly every class. Take an inhale, exhale. One shoulder comes down. Look over the opposite. Inhale to lift. Exhale, opposite shoulder. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, drop the shoulder. Inhale, lift. I'm still grounding down with my pubic bone. Exhale, weaving in between each side. Inhale, lift up, one more each side. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And then last one, inhale, lift all the way up, open up the chest, open your throat as well, gaze your eyes up, draw the chest forward, lengthen from the full back, thighs grounding down, pubic bone grounding down, shoulders back, lengthening the spine. And then slowly come down, have a rest, either forehead onto your hands, or have a rest on one ear. Have a little wiggle of your pelvis. Okay, just come up onto your hands and knees for a second. If you've got a couple of bricks you can use, this would be useful for the next one. If you don't have any bricks, you can basically just roll up your mat and use it from a rolled up mat. Okay? So, if you've got the bricks, you're going to wrap the mat over the bricks. So we're going to come into upward dog. And quite often this is a pose we just waltz through when we're doing sun salutations. So let's do an upward dog in the way it's intended. And we're going to do this with a lift because this helps us just to get, again, a little bit deeper into the back, but also get our thighs off the floor. And sometimes we can feel a little bit uncomfortable with the thighs off the floor. If at any point you need to, then please bring your knees down and don't strain your body too much. So we're going to come first from downward dog. I'm pushing the heels of my hands in towards the bricks so that as I push in, the mat kind of pushes forward. So we're going from downward dog. And then the first one, I'm going to roll forward and flip my feet. Keep the thighs off the floor, roll the shoulders back and look up. So you can see how this brick is really helping me to stay lifted. And now I'm going to roll back again into downward dog. And I'm just going to get that mosquito. Okay, so the next one, we're going to do 3 of these, just going backwards and forwards into downward dog. If you can roll over your toes and flip your feet, then do that. If you can't and you need to bring your knees to the floor, then do that. You're just going to do it one breath in each. So inhale to roll forward, flip the feet, lift the thighs off the floor, chest back, exhale back into down dog. And then let's go again. Inhale forward. I'm going to roll over my toes this time, lift the chest. And exhale, roll back over my toes, down dog. And then one more. Inhale, roll forward. And exhale, down dog. Okay. And then come down. Have a rest in a child's pose. Bring your forehead down. Arms down to the sides, shoulders rolling forward. Okay, we're not quite finished on the back bends just yet. I think we've got a little bit more time. Let's just do one more back bend actually. Let's do Setu Bandhasana. So this time our vinyasa, we're going to cross the legs over at the ankles, roll back over the feet, bring the feet forward. Okay. Okay, so we're going to come down very slowly, carefully. Take your legs out in front. You need a brick next to you. We're going to do first Setu Bandhasana without the brick, and then we're going to do one with the brick. So palms facing in, we're going to slowly lower down halfway, hold it halfway, root the backs of the legs into the floor, hold it. And then all the way down to the floor. Thank you, Charlie. And then bend your knees and bring your feet flat on the floor. Hands down towards your heels. Feet need to be hip width apart. Press your hands down. Rock your shoulder blades under. And then inhale, lift your hips up. Press your hands into the floor, lift the hips up so the thighs are working. The buttocks are also engaged. Back of the head on the floor, just make sure that your neck is long, so no hairbands in the way of your neck. And then when you come down, lift your heels up, slowly lower down, vertebra by vertebra, until you bring your lower back into the floor. Okay, so the next one, we're going to use this brick, and we're going to use it this direction. Again, if you don't have a brick, maybe you have a firm cushion or a bolster you can put underneath your lower back. Anyway, you can improvise, right? So press your feet into the floor, lift your hips up, shoulder blades under. Now to lift my hips up higher, I'm lifting my heels up. And then I'm taking this block underneath lower back, sacrum. And then I'm just going to relax down into it. Palm of the hand facing up, shoulders relaxing, my thighs are relaxed. I'm actually relaxing my buttocks because the block is holding me. So you might just have a cushion underneath your back. That's also good. We're just going to hold this a little bit longer. This is actually a restorative pose. And then lift the heels up, lift the hips up. We're going to slowly lower down, top of the spine, vertebra by vertebra, until we get the lower back into the floor. And once you're there, hug your knees in towards your chest. So hug in. Hold on to the knees. I'm going to take my arms in between my legs and hold on to the big toes. So we're coming into happy baby pose. So soles of the feet are facing the sky or the ceiling. Hug the knees down. And then just have a rock from side to side. And come back to a central position. Hug on the feet. Feel your lower back lengthening into the floor. Very important to release the back once we've been doing back bends. And then release your feet down. So we'll do a twist from here. Take your feet to the sides of the mat. So the sides of your feet are on the sides of the mat. Reach your arms back. And then roll your knees first over to the right. And take your left foot and hook it over your right knee. And then hold on to your left wrist with your right hand. So we're going to stretch all the way through the left side of the body. So right foot is hooked over the left knee. You're holding on to your left wrist with your right hand, so you're stretching the left side. And then release your foot, release your hand. Same thing, other side, so roll over to the left side. This time right foot hooks over the left knee. Sorry, left foot hooks over the right knee. And then we're going to hold on to the right wrist with the left hand. So you're stretching through the right side of the body. Okay, and then release your foot, roll back up again. So we're going to go into Shavasana. Just make sure you've got what you need to be cozy. I'm taking a blanket. I'm putting the bolster underneath the backs of the legs. This is really useful for when you've been doing anything involving the back, because having the bolster up towards the buttocks helps your lower back to ground down to the floor. So I'm going to cover myself up. Get nice and cozy. You might have an eye pillow also. Make sure your feet are about the width of the mat. Shoulder blades under. Palms of the hands facing up. And then close your eyes. And relax your legs. Allow your legs to be really heavy. Relax your thighs. And relax your back. You might still be holding on to some tension in your back, so soften that. Relax your shoulders into the floor. Relax your arms. Heavy arms. Back of the head into the floor. I'm just going to remove my hairband. And allow yourself to really sink down. Relax the muscles in your face. So release your jaw, and that might mean your lips are slightly apart. Your cheeks are sliding down to the floor. And your eyes sinking to the back of your head. Make sure you're in a calm, peaceful, warm environment. So you can completely let go in this moment. Soften everything. If you feel like you need longer in Shavasana, then please pause this video and have as long as you need. Otherwise, begin to move your fingers and toes. Gently rock your head from side to side. Stretch your arms back behind your head. And then hug the knees in towards the chest. Roll to one side, whatever side you need. Stay on your side body a little bit longer, with your arm acting as a cushion for your head. So slowly, when you're ready, make your way back to a seated position. Stay with your mind soft. You can take this time to move into any of the other practices that we have on this app, the pranayama practice, the mantra, the meditation practice. Just allow your breath to deepen a little bit. Take a few long, deep breaths in and out. And then just sit with a calm breath. And we'll finish our practice by chanting 3 Oms together. And Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So hands in towards the heart. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Release your air out your mouth. Your inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace within, peace for each other, peace to the whole of existence. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me and Charlie.